Right then. Okay, let's get the old mat in the right place and cards in the right place. Let's get things logged on. Let's see if I am in the right place. Oh dear me. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's put me a little thing on to say what I'm using. Okay, so stamp I am using. Here we go. Right then, okay, sorted. Right, let me just bring that up on my screen. Let me turn down the volume, mute myself. Don't want to hear myself. Let me know if you can hear me. Hi Nicole, hi Kathleen. Thank you. Welcome. Let me know you can hear me. I've muted myself on the one bit, so hi Amanda. How exciting. Got royalty with me. Love it. So, can you hear me? Hi Tracy. Hi Sandra. Hi Lorraine. Hi Lynn. Hi Tracy. Can you hear me for starters? Can I just have a yes you can hear me? That would be fabulous if you can let me know. Just so I know. Yay, nay. Diggly doodah. Is there anybody there? I know you're there, but can you hear me? Bless you. How are we doing? Yes, Lisa. No, Lisa. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Bernadette. Hi, Andrea. Can you hear me? That's all I need to know. Yes or no? I can't. Let's see what we got to expand that. So, can you hear me? Dead simple. Let me unmute myself. Oh, well, I can hear myself if I unmute. So that's, yes, loud and clear. It's all right. I can't see things on there. I've just got the wrong thing on. Right, hello, everybody. Okay, let's start then. May as well. What we on? Oh, nearly pimple past it. Oh, I'm a couple of minutes early. So, first of all, obviously, thanks for joining me. So this is Sweet Poppy Stencils Design Team Inspiration Day. Now, I am guesting, but I've been asked to do a tutorial. And you know me and lives, I love to do them. So I just want to say thank Tracy, who's just done a lovely bookmark. My goodness me, I was engrossed. I thought, oh, crumbs, I better get myself ready. So, hi Diane, hi Susan, hello everybody. Anyway, hi. Hi Amanda. Hello everybody. Hello. I haven't got comments on my phone, so I have got a laptop beside me, which is like I'm never going to look at, so apologies if you ask questions. So the creations that I've seen today on this Inspiration Day have been absolutely fabulous. I need to have a go at the box. Oh my gosh, I need to make that box. Wow, brilliant. Now, today I'm going to show you how to do this one. I have put a link up in, if it's gone on correctly, the stamp I'm using, which is the Christmas Rose. And that's the only stamp I'm using on this one. Now, I call my hi Ruth. I do call the spin tool a contraption, because I call it my contraption. It's a pet name now, it's stuck. But yeah, it's all good fun. So I'm going to be using this stamp. Now, if I've got chance and if I've got time, I'm gonna do a cheeky little, just a little something. Just a little card, but that's only if I've got time. So my main concern is this one. Hi, Marta. So let me get me bits and bobs that we need for today, just so it gives you an idea, because we're close on time, and we've also got another fabulous tutorial after myself. So you are being spoilt rotten today. So I'm using an 8x8 card. Now, the card I'm using is the Bockingford Water card, and I have cut it down to an 8x8. So that's what that is there. Now, I have done a bit of a Blue Peter moment, and I have got this set up because I have to get it all aligned, as you do. Now, if you have got one of these, I call it a contraption for a reason. If you have got one of these, obviously you have to make sure it's all lined and set up correctly. Hi, Marie. And that's the only thing that I'll say that sort of gets me a little bit flustered with this, is making sure that you've got it in the right position, because when you stick your sticky sheet on, it's not bang on in the middle, basically. So you have to align, and I do apologise about the light there. So let me maybe turn that over a second, just while we're talking. There we go. If it gets dark, I'm over here on the left. All right. So all you need to remember is set it up, get all your little dimensions on there. I have under this card got a little setting, but obviously this is a bigger card, so that's why I've stuck this on ready, if I'm honest with you. And there is the most tiniest little, that's the paper, but there's a tiny little mark where I've measured up and I've lined up, so I know it's perfecto. So like I say, I am going to be using this. Now, if you have got one of these 6X stamp and spin, the contraption I call it, I'm gonna put the light back over because it's gone awfully dark. There we go. It's all about listening to your click. Now, if you don't click, you'll know how to align your tool up. Now, I'm going to be doing it on the second click, which means I'm going to be doing 4 stamps. So as you turn it, you're going to be turning it twice, so you're listening for 2 clicks. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're making this, hi Anthony, if you are making this, hi Lisa, hi my team, then you can use whatever stamps you've got or whatever it is that you want to create. But I think the simplicity of this particular one is great. Now, obviously I've got different colours for backing card. What I've used on here is watercolour pencils, and I've also used just some watercolour pens as well. Now I've got the Zig ones. There's lots of different ones on there, so use what you've got at the end of the day. And I will be using the Mondelez watercolour pencils. And you can use one or the other or both. I'm going to do both so it gives you an idea of the effect. Because, yes, it's a bit of colouring in, but it's what you do with it and how it moves. That's the trick to it. And then once you do this on this, you can do it on any card at all. Now, the second card, if we get chance, it's going to be a watercolour with a paintbrush. But it's very, very quick and easy. So that's not even a 10-minute card. All right. So if we get chance, we'll do that. But let's concentrate on the main one. I think we've got everybody here that needs to be here. So let's crack on. So as I said, I'm using an 8x8 card. I'm going to pop this over here for reference. Not much I need, but there you go. Let's put that out the way. I'm going to turn this to the side. And I am going to be using VersaFine Clair Nocturne. Now again, you can use darker colours, you can use lighter. It just depends on the effect that you're looking for. Alright, so I'm going to use Nocturne because I want that sort of back stamp to stand out. I think some of the greens, the lighter greens would be really nice, especially on the Christmas rose if you want that to be very delicate. I think that'll be quite cute actually. But I'm going to be quite bold on this one. I like a bit of boldness. So you give it, I'm obviously off camera. Oh, you can see it. There you go. There's me saying, oh, I'm off camera. Bless you. There we go. Let's just dab around there. So I'm going to, let's have a, there we go. Right then, so let's see. So, nice and down. And now it's up to you. You can overpress it if you want, but just nice and steady. That's all I'll say. And depending on, you know, your joints and things like that, just take your time with it. If you need sort of, you know, something just to help press it down, use that. Do what you're comfortable with. And once you've got that first stamp down, you can look. Now you can see on that with mine, this is quite an old pad, so I am going to now, got one to hand, Blue Peter moment and all that, a new one. So this is where it might be too much now. So I haven't used this one, so this is going to be an interesting just to see how much. So I'm going to be quite gentle with that. Oh yeah, that's better. Let me just get that middle bit. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Now that's a nice one. Oh, let me get that bit there. I suppose this is the best thing when you're looking, because you can see what you've missed. I normally go sort of like quite, well, I like to use my fingers basically. I'm quite naughty. So I'm going to show you now what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go round. There's 1 click and there's 2 clicks. And you can see now when I put that down just how it's going to follow. All right. So just going to pop a bit of ink on over here. Now I've got that new juicy pad. So just make sure that you're covering everything. So this is quite straightforward live, to be fair. I just want to make sure that lovely detail in that rose. Oh yes, lovely. Yep, very nice. So obviously I've overstamped that. I want to sort of complement it. So I just want to just in place. It's just so it matches really. Better with that. So again, I'm just going to move it round. So that's 1 click, 2 click, and then I'm going to just pop a little bit more ink on. You could try your 2nd and 3rd generation, but I think because this is the focal point, I think it's nice if you just really give it a good I'll get this out the way because all we can see is that the light shining, so I do apologise. So there's that, and then we're going to do one more. So again, that's 1 click, 2 clicks, yeah. And all of us use equipment differently, so again, you do what you're comfortable with. So I listen for the clicks. You might just maybe, if you're sort of like to feel and stuff like that, there might be a certain way that you think, oh, that's it, I know it's where it needs to be. You know, so again, we all work differently. And that's what the best thing is about crafting. We've all got different ways and techniques. But it's all about sharing. Sharing's caring. In my book anyway. So I'm going to put the old one out the way. So I've got that new one there ready, just in case. Now I'm going to let me just get this out the way and take this off. Right, so there we go. Voila. So you can see in places where you've got like that little bit of thickness, but don't worry, because we are going to move around with the effects on this. So that's what I love about this effect. It doesn't matter if you overprint, you're too heavy. It's not going to make any difference at all. So I'm just going to move my stamp out the way. There we go. There we are. That's lovely. Brill. Put that down there. And let's put that over there. Right, so colours. You can use whatever colours you like. Now, I've got a selection. As I said, let's pop them there. I've got watercolour pencils, and I've also got Mondalua's pencils themselves. So again, you're going to need reds, greens. Now it depends on whether you want to go sort of lightish, like a light pink, or even sort of more of a light green hint of on the roses. Again, if you want reference pictures, use what you need at the end of the day. But all I'm going to do I won't say for quickness, because I've got to be mindful of time, because we have got another DT after myself, so we are sport for. I've really enjoyed the day just watching everybody do their stuff. It's been fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, let's have a look, let's get some greens. Now I've got a variety of greens, light through to sort of dark. If you go too dark and you add water onto it, it's going to sort of move out and cover colours. So I'm going to sort of try and keep quite sort of light. Now do not worry. I mean, there is no, and this is the best thing with this, there is no, it's got to be perfect. And especially if you struggle with lines and keeping your work like perfect, because there's some amazing tutorials out there, and like the work's like, wow, perfect, and we're all in awe of stuff like that. But for us that sort of are just doing a little bit here and there, like I say, don't worry. Let's just pop it down. Let's be a little bit sort of rough. I want you to have a go at this. And, you know, if you haven't got that particular stamp, have a look at the stamps you have got that can sort of give you this sort of movement, you know, because it's a lovely, lovely card, especially if you have either like a nice sentiment in the middle. Now, that was green shadow. It's very light, as you can see. So I'm going to sort of build up now. So I'm going to, let's have a look what this one is. This is a yellowy green. Now, I always say when you look at leaves, they're never one colour. And honestly, you say, yes, a leaf is green. Yes, a leaf is green. However, it's not one sort of green. So I like to sort of move around with colours. This would be a great colour, actually, in that rose. So just a little bit here and there. And again, don't worry. If you go over lines and stuff like that, it's going to make no difference at all. So I get problems with my hands now and again, you know, joints and all the rest of it. So like I say, we're just building it up slowly. So that's two colours out the way. So let me put them over there. Now let's have a look for something darker. Now, if you want to go a little bit more umphy, let's get a watercolour pencil. And we could sort of maybe just add a little bit here and there maybe. The detail that you've actually got on your stamp, you know, you've got these like little dark highlighted areas. You can also utilise those to follow what the artist has given us as those shadow lines. So we know that, so maybe it's got to be a little bit darker there. But as you're moving like the ink on here, again, there's no sort of set pattern with this. So don't worry about and don't worry about this either. I'm one of the most messiest crafters ever. Love it. I love making a mess. I love making mistakes, because this is how we all learn. And this is how we all we can recover, we can move things around. And this is where you think, oh, that works really well like that. So I'm going to use, that looks a bit dark. Let's have a look what else we got. Oh, that looks quite nice. What's this one? This is, it's called light green. Let's see how light it is. It ain't too bad, actually. There you go. So let's sort of look where those darker shadows are to bring together. I'll tell you what, let's put these on the holly leaves. The holly leaves are always a darker green. So when you naturally go out and you look, I mean, we don't want them too dark, because if we add in water to this, we don't want it to sort of flood over and lose that beautiful rose. So apologies if anybody's asking questions or anything like that. I'm sort of concentrating on colouring in leaves. So apologies. However, I will look back and answer any questions once this is done, and then obviously in readiness for the next tutorial. So I hope you're all enjoying this. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, if I'm honest. It's been absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Learning all the different techniques. The box is like, well, that's like something I've got in my head now. It's like, yes. I just don't know about the chocolates that go in it. I suppose you could put anything in that, couldn't you, really? Oh, all the fun. Fab. Oh, love it. Okay, so there we go. So we're starting to build up sort of that darkness in colour. I want to add a little bit more, so I'm going to get some of these colours now. So on the Mondelez, if you have the Mondelez set, I'm going to use a number 62. And I just want to sort of just give a little bit of oomph to these leaves now. So where we've got some of these gaps, I just want to sort of pull just a little bit, because I mean, once we've added some water and we've messed around with the inks and that, I want to be able to go in if I need to. And always remember, you can move your card around. It hasn't got to be in a set place. You know, sometimes a lot of people stay still, which is fine. I move across my board, as you can see. Ink's still wet, it moves. Don't worry about it. I love it when it's like, oh no, I've ruined. No, you haven't ruined it. We'll just manipulate it. It's one of my most favouriteest words ever. Anyway, I hope you're all sitting chilling. Maybe a cup of tea, bottle of gin, however it goes. I hope you've enjoyed your day. I hope Saturday's been pleasant to you. So I don't know whether it's good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. But I hope you've had a good day so far, or your day is going well. Mine's gone very well. I've sat and watched all the tutorials, to be honest. I've enjoyed every bit. It's been absolutely fabulous. So I hope you have all had a relaxing Saturday. So the leaves are really coming on. I actually quite like this messy look. I love it. Okay. Let me just put a little, I don't want no more darkness, I don't think. We'll add maybe a bit of yellow in. So let me just get the berries I'll do last with, well, I'll tell you what, let's put a little bit of oomph in these. Now, I suppose you think all berries are quite an easy, bit of a red circle here and there. Well, yeah, I suppose it is. However, you got your watercolour pencil down. If you add a liquid to it, which these are, because they're wet, it's going to move the ink around. So I want to like put in some like darker highlights so the berry's not flat. I mean, you can use what could you use? You could use Stencils, you could use hair liquid pearls would go nice. So you could really go to town on this card if you want. I mean, I might change this up myself and put some stickles on, bit of glitter. That'd be like quite cool actually. But no matter what you think you've done wrong with this card, whether you've gone over a line, whether you've got handprints, don't worry about it. I want you to feel confident enough to think, if you've put a colour in the wrong place or that, you've not ruined the card. Trust me, card's going to look absolutely fabulous. Now I'm going to add some other bits on it in a second. I just want to sort of play around. Now I've got these lighter colours, they're sort of lighter pinks. And I just want to get this. So this is from the Mondelez, the watercolour set, and it's a number 9. But I just want to, just going to just go around and just put a couple of little highlights in just here and there. And again, there's no, you can scribble. There is no sort of, there's nothing artistic here. We're just playing. I love it when, you know, we're all here playing and having a bit of fun. All learning and sharing different ways. And that's what is so important about crafting. Just relax and have a bit of fun. A lot of my crafts, it's the first time that you sort of watch me, I do go a bit OTT with water and all sorts of creative nonsense, to be fair. But I just have fun. You know, I ain't no Van Gogh, far from it. I follow a lot of different artists. I get a lot of information off a lot of different things, including things like this, when you're watching all the other artists doing some amazing bits of work. So this is all very, very sketchy, what we like. So let's start building up now. What's this one? This is called Pale Pink. Let's have a look how pale it is. Now, as I said, this is a wet colour. So yeah, we can play around with that a little bit. I definitely want a bit of yellow into this, I think. Now, I quite like the way that we've got movements, because obviously when you've got your pencils down and you get that little bit of liquid, it will start moving your ink around, which is great. And that's what you want. You want to be able to move your ink around, but you want to put enough down to move it with water. So I just want this to move. So this is really becoming a blending brush, which I think is absolutely fabulous. Now I'm going to go in with sort of a yellowy, like a mustardy colour. And I'm just going to sort of just give it a little bit of something just at the base here, because I want this to be sort of like a white. So when we do have it to dry off and we put down some other bits of highlights and stuff like that, I want to sort of pull like some nice little bits of white in there and just bring it alive just in different ways. And again, you can put a bit of oomph on this. A lot of people, when they're sort of using pencils, go very lightly and gently. Put the pigment down. You know, I've been quite aggressive, but that's because I want the ink to move when I add water. If you don't, then just be very delicate in your colouring in, which will be nice. Like I say, we're all different and we all do things differently. So I've added a light red on here. So I've got a darker red in the watercolour, and just, you see where you've got these highlighted areas, all I'm going to do is just start adding just little bits here and there. So I just want to just show where, because it's starting to sort of, I love how this is like blotting out now. Fabulous. We're definitely going to have a bit of glitter on this. I can see it happening. You know, when you look at a card and you start making things and you think to yourself, oh, that's there and that's there. So obviously I've made the first one, and that's probably what you're all saying. Oh, I like that one. But then I've seen something else in the card. I'm going to make something else. Not different, obviously. But, you know, and you just think, oh, I just want to add that little bit there and change that. And I can see all sorts happening with this, you see. That's what I like. I get lost in a card. I'm terrible, honestly. You need to sort of smack my hand sometimes and go, oi, behave. Now I am going to put a little bit of brown, so it's not a dark brown and it's not a light brown, it's sort of like a goldish sort of thing. And I just want to just give a little bit, and like I say, don't be so worried about your colouring in here. Oh, we need a bit of green there. Let's pop a bit of green on that, because at the end of the day we're going to add water to it. So this compensates for all of you guys that have problems with any sort of you know, hand arthritis, any sort of, you know, problems with grip or anything like that. You can all have a go at this, because this is quite straightforward. As you can see, I'm being quite sort of raw, and I like that because I like the effect you're going to get. I like the effect of this that we're getting with the smudge, and that's You know, I like it. And it adds to it as you start building it up. So, I'm going to add a bit more dark. So, we're really going to have a bit of a red pop on this now. And also when you add the water, you're going to have some lovely movement of colour. And that's what you want. Because I ain't shy when it comes to adding water. If some of you have followed me before, you'll know that I think I was a water baby, basically. And I just love adding water. Probably too much. That's why I always use a good quality card. I love to be able to add water to things. I am going to add a bit of a bright yellow now. The reason being is I just want to lift that centre. And like I say, there is nothing at all fancy about this. It's all down to the stamp. The stamp has got the detail. The stamp is giving us that sort of wow factor. Okay, so don't worry about anything else. Anything else that goes on with this, we can deal with. It'll be very, very pretty. Right then, so I'm going to see what this goes like now. So let's move things out the way. Put things over here and put things over there. Let's move that over there. Do you know something? I just want to add a little bit. I've got to have a bit of pink, sorry. You know, it's Christmas road. There's got to be a hint of. Just slightly. Let me just get the edges. Just a little bits here and there. This is where you think your tongue's hanging out now. And you think, oh, we're all breathing the same. It's like, oh, take a breath. Take a breath. Yeah. It's all good fun. This is where you need elevator music or a bit of Tony Hart in the background, isn't it? Morph and, you know, doing our bits as we do. It's all good fun. Yeah, it has to be done. We've got to do glitter. I know. It's okay. We'll have a bit of glitter. It's a bit awkward not seeing the comment. Let me have a look at the comments and saying, yeah, glitter. If only Annette isn't watching. Oh, bless. Sylvia, are you behaving yourself? I hope you are, young lady. Otherwise, it's going to be naughty step, as you know. Yeah, we definitely got to have some glitter on that. Okay, let's get some water first of all. Right, let me get some tissue. Water. Need to be prepared now. Hold on. Here we go. Let's get some tissue. Let's get some water. Okay. Right then. Okie dokie. Are you ready? Let's have a look what we got going on. Okay, plenty of. Let's see what we got moving. Yay. Now don't be shy with this. I drained the card and I want it to activate. Yeah, look at that. Yes. Perfecto. There's a lot of water on that, as you can see. Good quality card is essential. Okay, let's let it do its thing. Let's let it activate. Oh, wow, goodness me. Yeah, morph, Jules, I know. Sad, isn't it? So let's just dab away at these edges because we don't want a swimming pool. However, I do want the movement of the ink to give us that picture. There we go. Right, let's get the old air dryer on. So I just want to clear my roses now. Let's get them out the way. The rest of it, it can do what it likes. That's that. Fabulous. Perfecto. I like it. Beautiful. So as I say, I hope you're all enjoying all the amazing tutorials that have already gone out. There's some fabulous stuff already gone out. Really is. Absolutely. The pink looks lovely. Honestly, the pink has given a hint, but it's actually the red off the berries that have actually popped everything out. You know, but the water is key. Please do not be shy. Look at that good quality card dry on the back. Apart from obviously where you've had that overlap. But don't worry about it. Let's just curl it up. Let it do its little thing. Let's pull out that. There we go. Let it soak in. Let it take it all on board. Beautiful. I'm tidying my mess up. I'm definitely going to add some glitter onto this card. Well, let's just dry that there. See, look at this one being ever so good. Yeah, look at that. Domesticated. It's about the only place that is clean in your craft room, I'm sure. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Steph. I'm glad you're enjoying. curled up card and all that. No, we'll flatten it out, don't worry. It's all part and parcel of like just putting your creative ideas down, really. Right then, let's have a look at that. Let's have a little look. I'm happy with how good. Now obviously it's going to be like wiggledy-wiggledy. It's okay though, it's not a problem. Let's start pulling out little bits though. Let's just give it a little bit more life. Now it's up to you whether you want to go in with pencils or with your watercolour, you know, either or, it's up to you. But I just want to just lift a little bit of darkness in places just to give that additional oomph to a piece. So to me, a leaf is never a flat colour, as I've said. So let me just pull out some little bits here and there. So don't be shy, because obviously the card is still a little wet. So there's still going to be that lovely bit of movement. And try and stick to the same sort of colour on whatever the leaf. I mean, your creative, artistic license is you do what you like. I'm just saying what I'm doing. But I love just playing around with colour. Just putting a bit of something what somebody else wouldn't do. I'm the rebel. I'll be the rebel of the group. I'm usually always on the naughty step. Amanda will vouch for that. But for today, I'm being good as gold. Look at this. I'm only smudging and playing around. Now I do want to put a different colour in the holly. And I'm gonna go this mid colour. I always like to use at least 3 colours, a light, a medium and a dark. Now, yeah, I think that'll do for the holly. Not too much actually, maybe a little bit darker in places, just to play around with that colour. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's only here and there, because obviously when we've had that water we've dabbed off, we could have taken off a little bit of detail. And even though with the stamp being inversifying and it's permanent, it's just nice to put that little bit of oomph back in. So already it's starting to look pretty. Well, in my eyes anyway. It's looking pretty. But you can colour it in. I mean, it hasn't got to be green leaves. It can be yellow, it can be blue, it could be whatever your favourite colours are at the end of the day. But I'm quite liking the look of that. So let me get, where are we? The trusty white. So I use the Uniball. Oh, excuse me. And that's it's pigment ink, and this is like sort of my go-to when it comes to putting white down. And I love when this is dry. There's a feeling to it. So for me, I just want to bring alive the centre of this beautiful, beautiful rose. Like Christmas rose flower. Rose. Well, it's up to you really. What do you think? I need a bit of tissue. Hold on. There we go. I can feel a little. We don't want that. Okay, so all you're going to do now is just highlight. And we're doing good for time. Oh, goodness me, we're flying through this, ain't we? Gosh, I need to have a look here. Gotta love a rebel. Goodness me, honestly. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. Hope everybody's well. I'm always a rebel. Rebel without a cause. Oh, well, I've got a cause. Oh dear. Anyway, who's getting the rounds in? I think I need the triple tonight, man. I hope you're propping that bar up nicely for me. Right, so let's just pop that in. Now, if you think to yourself you don't want to do white, this is where maybe a yellow or a nice gold might complement this card. Again, it's up to you. You can use metallics, anything like that. And you can even use glitters in the middle of that. Or even your pearls, liquid pearls would be nice as well, to be fair. You know, so again, it's your choice. I'm going to put a little bit of white on here, because you're going to have a bit of white for a highlight on a beret. Now it's up to you whether you just do a little tiny dot. Look at where the darker bit is showing that highlight, because that's where you're sort of thinking, well, there's going to be a little bit of a lick of ping, you know. Think of your light source. Think of where the light's going to hit it. Even though this is going around, try and look at what the artist has already put on, that done the stamp. They've actually given us everything we need, and it's fabulous to be able to follow that. When there's a lot of detail in a stamp, It's like a blessing in disguise for us. Because that's where you look and you think, yep, that's just got to go there. And we'll go a little bit there. And then if it goes wrong, it's okay. Right, so we've got all that going on. I do want to just pull out just a little bit more of, there's that pink pencil. Just on, let's just put a little bit of, just in places. Now it's up to you, because you can see little bits of curls happening, you know, like where the leaves are and stuff. And again, it's your call. You know, you can go quite heavy with it. You can go quite light. Do whatever. You know, it's up to you. But because there's movement and there's nothing in any lines on this, and like I said, it makes no difference if you've smudged it. It all adds to the effect, yeah? So let's just pull that round here and there, because I do want to put a little bit of glitter on. Now, I'm going to mount the card before we put any glitter on, because you know what happens if you don't mount it before you put your glitter on or anything wet. You're going to do that, and it's like, oh my gosh, you've got a whole mat full of wet glue and everything else. So, I have got a couple of different coloured cards, let me just say, and it's what's going to complement it the best. So, do you want to pick? What do you reckon? The red or a mustard? What do you think? I thought you said you were pretty. Oops, I don't want to be getting anybody into trouble now, do we? So what do you reckon then? Somebody give me a colour. Do you want to mount it on sort of the red? It's like an orangey red, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll do like the red and sort of, yeah, it's like a mustard colour. Who's picking a colour? Let's see. Go on then, somebody. The first one that comes up on a comment, I'm going to pick mustard. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. There you go. Mustard it is. Mwah. Thank you. Now then, because I'm not the queen of tape, I have got a handy tool, and I do use it because it just helps me. So forgive me, but you know, sometimes I can't do some things and I have to use devices that help me. So I am just gonna just be a little, there we go, run, there you go, that's my card ready. So let me try now and be as gracious as I possibly can. And I'm hoping, because once it's down, it's down. Oh, that ain't a bad guess. Nobody can shout at me for that one. And if you do, it's okay. Now then, there's a couple of little harsh bits there. Now, what I like to do when I've got a bit of a harsh, especially when my blade's not, when it's cutting, I'm just going to get my little, I just want to just run that down just a little. There you go, that'll do for me. Just to take off any bits or anything, but that's just me. Now, like I say, you can add a lovely sentiment to that, but I'm going to add a bit of glitter, to be fair. Let's just put a bit of glitter on. I just want to just put a little bit more of white in this, just to pop it just a little bit more. Let me just, there we go. This is where I'm forever talking to myself, you know. I would say, do you think, you know, bumble in the corner. Right, let's have a look what we got green wise. Okay, let's have a look. I've got some stickles, and it is, what's this, seafoam, really? Okay, it's not the seafoam colour I know, but there you go. Let's pop some, I'll tell you what we're going to do, we're just going to pop it around, let's see what we do, let's dab it in places. I love the holly, so let's just, is it going to let me do it? Oh yes it is. And again, knowing me, we're going to always have a pin handy, because you know when you can just feel there's a blockage there. There we go. Voila. Things that you must always have in a craft room: pin, sellotape, tissues. Brain cell is always optional. You know, so let's play that one. Okay, let's wiggle around here. No wrong with a bit of glitter. And again, you can sort of, you can put it wherever you like, really. Let's have a look. Now then, me, I'm messy. It's got to be done. Let me just play around a minute. Let's have a look. Now, yeah, I'm going to put a little bit around here. Now I've cleaned my blockage out the way. Fancy me having a blockage, eh? Goodness me. Whatever would the world come to. I'm sure if I look at the comments, somebody's going to be rude about blockages, which I'm not going to do. But look at that. How pretty is that? I don't know if you can see that. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter just in the middle of there. Let's see what we got. What can complement? Why not a bit of gold? Why not? Let me just wipe my hand. Let's have a look. We're going to have just enough time just to do another card very, very quickly. Aren't you the lucky bunnies? Right, I'm just going to put just a little bit, nothing major. I don't want to lose that beautiful, delicate detail that's in that rose. Just a little, terrible. I think I'm one of the messiest. Dear, dear, dear. Anyway, so there you go. Now you could have a nice big bold Christmas, joy. I mean, I've seen some of the look. I mean, I'm going to have to get some. I've seen some lovely sentiments that Sweet Poppy Stencils do, and that would go perfectly, you know, in the middle of that. And that obviously we've not got as much colour, but you've got the gist. You know what I mean? You've got the gist of that. So you've got the green back in there to bring out the greens, the yellow more so on that. And then if I put more reds in, maybe that red would have worked. Again, it's one of them. You chose it. But this one hasn't got any glitter on. And that was just down. But I can feel the texture, which is what it's all about. And obviously when this, I'm not going to do that on this because I've spread all the glitter everywhere. But, you know, you could buff it out with a bit of oxide, element, whatever you want to use at the end of the day. But I think that's really pretty with all the glitter on. So let's quickly put that out the way. And let's quickly, while we've got time, because we may as utilise the time and give you a proper... So that was that one. Okay. Hi, Eileen. Let's just do a very quick watercolour. And I mean quick. I mean, I've got everything pre-done because I didn't know how long we'd got. So I have got, it's an A6, I think it is, A6 card, sort of 6x4. I'm going to use the eucalyptus. I love this stamp. Absolutely love it. It complements this Christmas one so well. So I've got a spare piece of card. And this is the offcuts, which I used from the large, you know, when I done my 8x8 from this watercolour card, these were my offcuts of that. So the offcuts have not gone to waste. So let's very, very, very quickly pop a quick card together. Let's utilise the time because in 20 minutes we've got another tutorial. I'm so excited. I just love all these tutorials. Now I will be using Elements Bermuda and a bit of ice spruce on this, but this is going to be so quick. Blink and we're done. Well, apart from me chatting, catching up, having a little gossip as you do. Right, so that was my old one. Let's get my new one. Right then, let's do this. So I have sort of gone back to back with a stamp, so forgive me. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. See, I'm all prepared in readiness because I didn't know how much gossip I was going to do with you guys, and I've been quite good today. Hey, aren't I good? Right, so I'm going to sort of go about middle. So it's going to be sort of the same but different. Plenty of pressure, so I'm using the Versifying Clay Nocturne. When it dries, it's permanent. Unless you want to start dabbing around like I did earlier, and then we'll move it everywhere. So that's that one. I'm going to take that off so I'm not making the same mistake as I did earlier. And then I'm going to do the smaller sprig, which is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That's there. Now I'm just going to give it a little bit of movement, I think, about there. Yes, why not? Hi, Frida. Nice firm pressure. If you can't do your pressure, use whatever it is that you use, whether it's a doorknob. So this is my dad's sanding block. Don't tell him I've robbed it. Bless him. Don't tell him. Some secrets have to stay in the craft room with us together, and that is one of them. So we've got that there. Let's quickly Bermuda on the elements. Whatever you feel is relevant, whether it's a green splodge of colour, whatever, you use what you feel is, you know, going to be the colour to make this eucalyptus. I want to try and keep as traditional as I can. And at the minute, you could do one or two things. You can spritz your card, which I'll do, only lightly. And then all I'm going to do is just allow that movement. And like I said, this is such an effective way to, you know, if you're not very good at sort of colouring, again, forget about the lines. I am not somebody that's got to be meticulous with how something's put together. I think sometimes your creative expression makes a piece so much more. So you go for it. So I'm just going to dry that off really quickly. Speak for myself. I love it. Sylvia, you're on the naughty step. What do you reckon? Actually, you're all being ever so good, to be fair. I appreciate that, to be honest. Don't know how long it's going to last. Probably not very long. So I'm going to go in with a second coat now, and that's just to give that little bit of extra depth. Now you can see where those little darker lines are. That's where the artist is saying to us there's a little bit of shading wants to go there. So let's just have a go. There hasn't got to be anything perfecto. Again, we're not Picasso. Let's play around. Look at that. Now for me, that's more effective than me having something perfectly coloured in. I very much like watercolour, loose artwork, different styles. You know, so create your style at the end of the day. This is me. So this is what I'm about. Quickness sometimes, yes. But sometimes I like to get maximum effect. So there we go on that. So let's put the lid on that. So that's with Bermuda. And now I'm going to get some ice spruce with the oxides. I love my oxides. I am an oxide girl. However, it's one of them, you use what you need to use. I'm just going to pop myself a little bit underneath this. Just while, again, I use the same brush on oxides, elements, whatever. I am not one of those. I've got a brush for this, a brush for that. I am naughty. I am a rogue. And I will use whatever. I don't mix colours. I do keep my greens together. I do keep my blues, you know, I keep them in colour sort of order. But I use oxides and elements together. So feel free to shout away. So I've tried to keep this colour sort of in keeping with each other. So don't worry about big splodges of colour. Now that's what I like, because again, I like my water. So I am going to do a little different to this card that you've seen. I want to just lift it a little bit more and just add a little bit of me to it. So I'm going to get some water. Who's standing up? Oh, somebody's standing up for yourself. Bless you. I'll always stand up for you. That's when I'm moving off my naughty step just to give you a seat. Is that what you're saying? Bless you. You guys are fabulous. It's fabulous for your support. Now then, we've got plenty of wet ink on there. Let's get that gold Posca. We'll use that gold Posca. Give it a shake. We've still got that wet ink. That's what I want. Let me get my large brush. Let me just give it another good shake. There we go. Right, let's see what we get. Oh, fabulous. Let's move it around. Now, I want to try and hit as much wet water as I can, because I want the Posca to splodge out. So again, don't be worrying about it's got to be perfect. Nah, no such thing. Let's create. Let's be a bit naughty. There we go. Right, let's put that over there. Let me get me a little bit of a tissue. With all these dibs, I'm posty stalking. We only posty stalk when we do deliveries. But fair play, she'll just land at Royal Mail. I can just see Sylvia camped out. What do you reckon? Who's that woman on the hill in the tent? The Dibs Queen. We need to make you a sign. Love it. Love it. Okay, let's get that nice and dry. Oh, look at that. We're getting well for time. So I'm hoping you obviously stay on Sweet Poppy Stencil page. I will obviously list the eucalyptus that I've used in the comments. So apologies for not listing it, because I didn't know how long we were going to be on the first card. So I will put that in. I mean, look at the way that's gone now. Gorgeous is that. Sorry, I'm mid-flow conversation. You'll get used to me. I do that as well. I go off on a tangent. Sure, it's the onset of dementia with me. I'll talk about something. I drive somewhere, I end up somewhere else. So, you know, nothing's impossible. Okay, so let's have a look at that. What do you think to that then, hey? Okay. Oh, bless you, Kathleen. That's very kind of you. Oh, no, I need a gold Posca. So I'm going to tell you now, the gold and the silver are absolutely fabulous. I mean, if you haven't got sort of, I don't know, Ganzi Tambi, any sort of gold, Winkestella or anything like that, it's a fabulous alternative. So, you know, I will say, you know, if you can pop one in your stash, pop it in. Right then, let's pop this on a bit of backing. I have kept that. Oh, look at that. I've done all right there. Let's get a dry piece. Right then, let's pop this on. Let me move that out of the way. There we go. Goodness me. I'll tell you what, the time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Well, if you're happy with me coming on here and doing some demos, what I might do is I might do a regular weekly thing. Let me know in the comments if you're happy for me to do that and you want me to do a bit more with some demos. I don't mind coming in here once a week and coming to make some crazy fun with you with their Sweet Poppy Stencils. They've got some fabulous stamps, loads of bits and pieces that we could go on forever about, to be fair. There we go. But yeah, I'm hoping to come and harass you all weekly. So hopefully you like my style. Let's just pop that there. Might not be the straightest, so I apologise. You know, it's one of them. But I think a nice sentiment. Now, did I have a sentiment somewhere? Now, the sentiment, it is obviously it's not a Sweet Poppy one, but again, you know, you could pop it down with a bit of glue. Let me just, here, let's have a look. Where's my glue pen? You can never find a glue pen when you need one, can you? Oh dear me, let's have a look. So somewhere in the world of pens, I've got one somewhere. Maybe not. No, well, not today. I'll probably find it when I don't need it. It's always the way. But yeah, all I've done there was I coloured that with the gold pen. And then it's just a case of popping it on there. You know, when something annoys you, now when you've lost something, you think, oh, where did I put that pen? Where? Oh, I found it. Oh, goodness me, there you go. That's killed all of a few minutes. Right, let me get that spare bit of paper. Hold on. There we go. So these are brilliant because otherwise you could end up with, well, glue, God knows, everywhere, really. So all I'm going to do is just quickly just do the back. I mean, you could foil this at the end of the day. You could do whatever. Let's just put that on there. Put that there. Put that there. A little bit around there. A little bit there. But yeah, if I had a nice Christmas wording, Sweet Poppy Stencils, I've got some beautiful, beautiful ones. So this is just something out my stash, which I thought would be appropriate. So apologies, it's not something that you can purchase. However, I will be getting some additional bits and bobs and we can play with them. So yeah, maybe about there, maybe about there. Yeah, we'll do it there. There we go. Let's hold it down, count to 10, stick my hand to it, pull off half the card. You know how it goes. We all do it. There you go. So two sort of different, similar but different. Used exactly the same things, just a little bit of stuff out there. Let's move everything out your way so you can see what we've got before I hand over to the next design team member. Let's tidy up a minute. So today we have got. Do you know what? I like the way that's gone right now. It's really lifted the card lovely. So we've got those two cards there. And then those were the main ones. We've added the glitter onto that one and that one. So I'm hoping you have enjoyed this tutorial. We've got two beautiful cards that could be, they could be for any occasion. Obviously I've popped a Christmas on there. But these could even be for, you know, with sympathy, any sort of, obviously Christmas rose is Christmas rose, but again, you can manipulate things, put them into different scenarios. I would definitely use this. It's very delicate for, definitely like a sentiment for with sympathy and stuff like that. So we have to think about all different types of cards. I love the delicate nature of these. They're absolutely gorgeous. But thank you ever so much for joining me. Thank you, Amanda. God bless you. Love you lots. Thank you all very much for your comments. I'm sorry I didn't listen to any of them or chit away around or anything. But I've really enjoyed spending an hour with you. And look at that. I've got time to spare. This now gives you a chance to go and get your kettle on. Get your biscuits. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that comment. Go and get yourself biscuits. Go and get... Oh, Sylvia. Love you always. Go and get yourself a kettle, biscuits. We've got the final tutorial on is 7 o'clock sharp. I can't wait for it. I'm going to sit down, catch my breath and get myself a gin and tonic on. Mand, get the drinks in, girl. Love you lots. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me. And I shall see you next week. So take care, everybody. And I'm just going to demount. Here we go. Take care. Bye.